All right, so how do I start this? I only use this YouTube channel like 3 times out the year. Sorry, 3 months out the year, and then I just put everything on Instagram. But it's again time to use that 3 months to get stuff done and focus on projects, focus on myself, get right mentally. So in that span of time where I wasn't using Instagram, I managed to pick up an E28, an E21, and another E30. Those are all project cars. I got them for decent prices, and I all have engines for each of those cars. This is kind of like a shop update, life update kind of thing. So right now we're still working on the M30 swap that I probably left off on this channel with. A lot of progress was made. The cylinder was finally taken in to get machined and port polished. The engine parts were painted. The engine itself was painted, which I think I have on this channel already. And a lot of other things were put together. So I'll give you a little tour of the shop. It's a mess right now because I just finished putting the cylinder head on the M30. And then I had to go to Denver, which I didn't go to because it got canceled. But now I'm going to go back next week. So things haven't been organized, and that'll be kind of what I'm gonna do today is clean up, organize the tools and everything, organize parts and stuff, measure things because I'm missing bolts. But here's the shop update. All right, so here's the shop. It is a complete mess right now because I am focused on this engine right here. But we picked up a 420G. That's a 6-speed for a 540i. Right there is a M62B44. So this combo here is gonna mate and live inside the E28. We have a M50B25 and then M52B28. Initially, I picked up this M52B28 to put inside the E21, but I'm gonna stick to something a lot simpler with the M50B25. The wiring harness is way simpler to work with. It may not make the same amount of power. I don't know. I didn't do too much research on it yet because this is my main focus. But Link ECU or I forgot the other company. They make an ECU where you can tune this engine better. So I rather work with this engine. It's less mileage, I believe, than that. And it came out of an automatic, so I believe it should be less beat upon. If you take a look here, it's already been powder coated. So I believe this came from someone who cared about cars. That one I know came out of a 1997 E36 328i with at least 200,000 miles on it. This one I didn't run the VINs on it yet. But I seen the car it came out of an E34. It came out of E34, 1992, I believe. But this is going to go in the E21. That's going to go in the E28. I have the ZF Trans. I may end up getting a Get Drag because the ears on this are broken. What else? The main focus, yeah, it's a mess in here, is this baby right here. So right now I just have the ARPs loosely tightened onto the cylinder head and the block. I had this powder coated recently, along with those parts over there, which we'll be working on today. We're gonna work on the intake today because now it's ready to put the fuel rail injectors and everything back on today. So we're gonna work on that. My collection of rims is, I think I'm done for now. I have Borbet Type Cs ranging from 14 to 17 inches. So what was that, 4 sets, 14, 15, 16? Yeah, 4 sets of 4x100 Borbet Cs. Have some HREs. And some other miscellaneous rims in there, but I was like really hell-bent on collecting Borbet Type Cs because those are my favorite rims. They give me very DTM vibes. We have sport seats here, blue leather sports seats that don't really, Pacific blue, sorry, that don't really match my interior, but it's close, so I'm gonna run them if I can. There's a black one under there that came with my other E30. We have aluminum bumpers because we're gonna run the Mikey Guaman bumper tuck kit eventually. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Well, yeah, we have a drive shaft from an E39. I don't think I can use that in the E28. But that's kind of like where we're at right now. I took a lot of the M10 stuff off the shelf. There's still M10 stuff right here. I gave it to a friend of mine who's gonna paint my car in exchange for these parts. He's gonna be restoring his 2002 with a EFI M10. That's the same one that came out of my 318i that I'm swapping this M30 in. Okay. Yeah. So right now I'm just gonna clean all this stuff up real quick and then organize my tools, organize parts, and then we're gonna get cracking on that intake. And then if I can find the freaking spring that goes to my, oh, not the spring, the screw-in part that goes to my vice grip, I'm gonna take out the remaining studs that are in the cylinder head, and I'm gonna order some from Ireland Engineering. And what they do for, I think, M10s and M20s, they have bolts that go here that actually take an 11 instead of a 12, so it's easier to get inside. I'm hoping that doesn't backfire and like round out, but if I use a 6-point socket, I think I should be fine. And on the exhaust side, they use something similar to this, where the stud has a hex key that you can use to tighten it and torque it and everything. Also, I upgraded to rocker locks on the cylinder head rather than the springs. It's supposed to positively locate the rocker arms so that they don't move around at high RPMs. I don't think I'm going anywhere past, 6.5 or 7, so I should be fine. I still have to order another one because this water jacket right here has to kind of protrudes too far out for me to get one underneath. You have to file it down. So I'm going to order maybe 1 or 2 more, file them down, see if I can slip them around. One I do have is already filed, but it doesn't fit there for some reason. But yeah, that's the update on the shop. Let's get cracking. All right, so I organized it a little bit. I actually need to take these. Cleaned up, organized the tools in the toolbox, moved some stuff around, gave myself a little more space to work with. This pile of stuff right here, these are different bolts and nuts. And right now what I have to do is measure with my vernier caliper. I have to measure each one of these because I don't exactly know where they go in the block. One goes in here is a specific length that I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do real quick, measure those and like cross-reference with real OEM. And then we're gonna bring the intake over and take this stuff out because this is the fuel rail right here. And that's like the other components that go to the intake. So we're gonna take this stuff out and put it on the intake as much as we can. And then I think that's it for today. Maybe, yeah, I have this on here to tighten down the ARPs a little more. I don't have a 12.14 millimeter. I'm gonna go pick that up on my way to work so that tomorrow when I come, I can torque down the cylinder head to the block, and then I gotta order some more parts and stuff. But for today, I just wanted to really clean up my workspace, go through those baggies of bolts too, and then put the stuff on the intake. That's all I wanted to do today.